Ever wonder why some people clear rooms faster than a fire alarm? Today, we're diving into the 7 guaranteed ways to ensure no one likes or respects you. And trust me, I've researched these extensively by watching people commit social suicide daily. Here's the thing. We all want connection, respect, and meaningful relationships. But sometimes, we're our own worst enemies. It's like we're following a secret manual on how to repel humans. We interrupt, one-up, complain, and vampire the energy out of every room we enter. The beautiful part? Once you recognize these behaviors, you can't unsee them. It's like having social X-ray vision. You'll spot them in others, catch yourself mid-mistake, and most importantly, know exactly what to do instead. So buckle up, because we're about to expose the social kryptonite that's been sabotaging your relationships. And here's the kicker. You're probably doing at least 3 of these right now without even realizing it. Chapter 1. The Interruption Epidemic. Let's start with the conversation killer everyone loves to hate. Chronic interrupting. You know that person who treats conversations like a competitive sport where the first to speak wins? Yeah, that's social behavior number 1. Picture this. Someone's sharing something important, building to their point, and bam, the interrupter strikes. Oh, that reminds me of when It's like watching someone snatch food off another person's plate. Except instead of stealing their meal, you're stealing their moment. Here's what interrupting really says. My thoughts are more valuable than yours. Your story, not as interesting as mine, it's basically wearing a sign that says, I don't actually care what you're saying, I'm just waiting for my turn. The psychology is fascinating. Interrupters often think they're being helpful or enthusiastic. But here's the plot twist. Every interruption is a tiny betrayal of trust. You're training people that conversations with you are competitions they'll always lose. No wonder they stop sharing anything meaningful. Chapter 2. The One-Upper Olympics. Welcome to the Olympics nobody wants to win. The One-Upper Games. Oh, you went to Hawaii? That's nice. I went to a private island that doesn't even show up on maps. This behavior is interrupting's evil twin. Instead of cutting people off mid-sentence, you wait for them to finish, just so you can diminish their experience. Your coworker mentions their 5K run? That's cute. I just finished my 3rd marathon this month. Here's the tragic irony. One-uppers think they're impressing people. But what they're actually doing is turning every interaction into a competition nobody asked to enter. It's like showing up to a potluck and announcing your dish is better than everyone else's. Spoiler alert. Nobody invites you to the next potluck. The one-uppers paradox? The more you try to prove you're impressive, the less impressive you become. Real confidence doesn't need to compete with other people's experiences. But hey, at least you'll win the award for most exhausting person in the room. Chapter 3. Conversational Vampirism. Time for behavior number 3. Conversational Vampirism. These are the people who don't just dominate conversations. They drain the life force from them. Every topic, every story, every shared moment becomes about them. You mention your dog, suddenly you're hearing about every pet they've ever owned, considered owning, or saw in a movie once. Someone brings up vacation plans. Buckle up for the complete travel history of their entire extended family. The conversational vampire has a superpower. They can turn any topic into their personal autobiography. World events? Here's how it affects them. Someone's achievement? Here's why theirs was harder. It's actually impressive, if it weren't so incredibly draining. Watch people's faces when a conversational vampire enters the room. It's like watching flowers wilt in fast forward. Energy levels drop. Phones suddenly become fascinating, and everyone remembers urgent appointments. Congratulations! You've achieved human repellent status. Chapter 4. The Advice Bomber. These well-meaning disasters hear someone share a challenge and immediately transform into an unlicensed life coach. You know what you should do? Becomes their catchphrase. Here's a revolutionary concept. Sometimes people just want to be heard. Wild idea, I know. But the advice bomber can't help themselves. Every problem needs their solution. Every situation requires their wisdom. Every struggle demands their input. Your friend mentions feeling tired? Get ready for a TED Talk on sleep hygiene, vitamin deficiencies, and the benefits of Himalayan salt lamps. Because clearly, they've never thought about sleeping more. It's like being a firefighter who shows up to put out fires nobody reported. The brutal truth? Unsolicited advice is criticism wrapped in fake helpfulness. It says, "You're too incompetent to figure this out yourself." But don't worry. I'm sure people love feeling judged and inadequate in your presence. Chapter 5. Digital Disrespect. Welcome to the modern respect destroyer. Nothing says you don't matter. Quite like scrolling through Instagram while someone's pouring their heart out. It's multitasking. Picture this. You're sharing something important, making eye contact, being vulnerable. And then, you notice it. Their eyes drift down. The subtle phone tilt. The quick thumb scroll. "Oh, but I'm still listening." Sure you are. That's why you just asked them to repeat everything. Here's what your phone checking really communicates. Whatever's on this screen is more interesting than you. You might as well hold up a sign saying, "Your presence is optional to me." It's the modern equivalent of yawning in someone's face. Except worse because you're choosing to do it. The phone has become a respect barometer. Every glance down is a tiny rejection. Every notification check says, "You're not enough to hold my attention." Congratulations. You've mastered the art of being physically present but emotionally absent. Want to level up your people skills? Join our YouTube membership for early access to scripts, input on future topics, and connection with a community that gets the social struggle. Click join below and let's master human interaction together. Chapter 6. The Complaint Department. Behavior number 6. Running a 24/7 complaint department. These people treat every interaction like a customer service desk for the universe. Everything's terrible, nothing's fair, and let me tell you exactly why. The weather, terrible. The traffic, nightmare. Their job, don't get them started. Their health, here's a detailed medical history you never asked for. It's like they're competing for the misery Olympics, and they're going for gold in every event. Here's the thing about chronic complainers. They're emotional terrorists holding everyone hostage with their negativity. They walk into a room, and you can literally feel the energy drop. It's like they have a superpower. But instead of flying or super strength, it's the ability to make everyone wish they were somewhere else. The complainer's paradox? They complain about being lonely and unsupported, while actively driving away anyone who might care. Shocking newsflash. People avoid those who make them feel worse about life. Chapter 7. Energy Assassination. This is the masterclass of all respect-destroying behaviors. These people don't just have one toxic trait. They're running the full program. They interrupt your joy with their problems. One-up your struggles with their worse ones. Turn your celebrations into their pity parties. You got promoted? Well, must be nice. I never get recognized for anything. They're like emotional black holes, sucking the light out of every interaction. Energy assassins have perfected the art of making everything heavy. Light conversation? They'll add trauma. Celebratory moment? Here comes the reality check nobody asked for. It's actually impressive how quickly they can murder a room's vibe. The worst part? They're often completely unaware. They think they're being real or honest, when actually they're being insufferable. They wonder why people avoid them, while simultaneously making every interaction feel like an emotional root canal. Chapter 8. The Social Paradox. Here's where it gets interesting. Why do we do these things? The answer is both simple and heartbreaking. We're all just trying to matter. The interrupter? They're desperate to contribute. The one-upper? Starving for recognition. The complainer? Crying out for sympathy. Every toxic behavior is just a misdirected attempt at connection. We're using the wrong tools to build the right things. Think about it. When you interrupt, you're saying, "Include me." When you one-up, you're saying, "See me." When you complain, you're saying, "Understand me." The tragedy is, these behaviors guarantee the opposite of what we're seeking. It's like trying to make friends by pushing everyone away. We're all walking around with the same basic needs, using strategies that ensure they'll never be met. The very behaviors we use to connect are the ones keeping us isolated. Chapter 9. The Respect Revolution. Respect isn't earned by being impressive. It's earned by being present. The most respected people in any room aren't the ones talking the most or sharing the best stories. They're the ones listening. They're the ones making others feel heard, valued, and understood. Revolutionary concept, right? Give attention instead of demanding it. Here's the respect equation nobody teaches you. The more space you create for others, the more space they'll create for you. The more you celebrate their wins, the more they'll celebrate yours. The more energy you give, the more you'll receive. It's basically social physics. The shift is simple, but not easy. Instead of waiting to talk, actually listen. Instead of comparing experiences, celebrate them. Instead of fixing problems, hold space for them. Something powerful happens when you stop trying to be the most interesting person and start being the most interested. Chapter 10. The Connection Code. Let me paint you a picture of what's possible. Imagine conversations where both people leave energized, where sharing feels safe, not competitive, where phones stay tucked away because the person in front of you is captivating. This isn't fantasy. This is what happens when you flip the script. The connection code is embarrassingly simple. When someone shares, respond with curiosity, not comparison. Tell me more about that. Beats "that happened to me too" every single time. When they're struggling, try "that sounds really hard" instead of "you should try yoga." Watch what happens when you give someone your complete attention. Their shoulders drop. Their voice relaxes. They share things they haven't told anyone. You become the person everyone wants to talk to, simply by being the person who actually listens. The irony is beautiful. By needing less attention, you get more of it. By giving more respect, you receive more of it. It's like social aikido, using the energy of connection instead of fighting for it. Here's your moment of truth. Which of these behaviors hit too close to home? Because we all do at least one. Maybe you're the subtle phone checker, the occasional one-upper, the well-meaning advice giver. The good news: awareness is 90% of the cure. Once you see these patterns, you can't unsee them. You'll catch yourself mid-interruption. Notice when you're about to one-up. Feel the urge to complain and choose differently. It's like installing a respect radar. Start small. Pick one behavior. For the next week, just notice when you do it. No judgment, just awareness. Then try the opposite. If you interrupt, force yourself to ask a follow-up question instead. If you one-up, celebrate their experience without sharing yours. Watch how quickly your relationships transform. Remember, everyone's fighting for connection in their own broken way. You can be different. You can be the person who makes others feel seen, heard, and valued. Because, at the end of the day, being liked and respected isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. And hey, if you found this video helpful, make sure to hit like and subscribe. I'd love to hear your thoughts, so drop a comment below.